So previously, we spent about 15 minutes kind of liking what we were seeing, frankly, and then we suddenly all remembered why it is that we hate this flaming piece of shit. Continuing in that spirit, here's a painting on the ceiling.
I don't know, I'm really not feeling that one. It's like... Okay, what the fuck is the point of that?
Well...
There's... Oh yeah, you gotta go across here, and then...
That is a well signposted and, very well thought out route that the player needs to take.
To collect this very meaningful collectible. Frankly, I'm just impressed that it didn't kill us on the way down to the floor.
Same here, I was completely expecting a death there, and was very surprised when it didn't happen. Also, yeah, like, Elika leaping onto you, and, like, you having to, like, either physically catch her, or, you know, swap places with her. Like, again,
Ding.
Yeah, ding, yeah, fuck me there, but anyways, yeah, like, it's not readily apparent from just how it looks like, but, like, Ardix can attest to this, like, the fact that that animation literally takes away your control input, so you have to wait there for her to finish that animation before you can, like, move on and, like, input another command or whatnot.
Oh, yeah,
so,
no,
like,
it's totally fucked. Like,
yeah.
Anytime you interact with Elika, the game just immediately stops, and you have to wait for it to do whatever little animation it's trying to do.
It's another
Yeah.
one of those little things that games have just slowly gotten better at since 2008.
And, yeah, do you want to know what's a terrible sequence of gameplay to have that in?
What's a terrible sequence of gameplay to have that in, Crow?
Something that's intrinsically based around timing.
Yeah. Yeah. That seems pretty shit. It's a good thing that today's game designers are sufficiently competent to not do that. Speaking of sufficiently competent, you know who's not that?
Me?
You.
Yeah, like... That was, again, another weird thing of, like, inputting the jump and then just the animation deciding to, like, not put me...
Fuck you, you're going in this
it's-
direction.
Yeah, where, like, in 99% of all of the circumstances, that would have been lined up perfectly to where you have to be to input the next command, but then it just decided, like, no, you were, like, 10 pixels below where the handoff point was, so fuck you, you're going into the abyss.
Game
But also, yeah,
design.
To go back to my point on, like, Elika and, like, you know, her little, you know, control interrupting interactions, like, stuff like this shit, like, I'm not gonna lie, the majority of my deaths throughout Epilogue, the stuff that you're not seeing because I edited them all out, were basically as a result of Elika fucking me over, which, honestly, I think is entirely appropriate, given what is going on in the narrative right now.
I guess. It's just... Frankly, I'm surprised that she's so subtle about it. I mean, why would she need to try and make it seem to be an accident? Like, frankly, she should just, like, go in for the double jump and then instead of flinging him, just, like, drop him. Is what she should do. And stare him dead in the eyes this entire time.
I mean, it would make it basically unplayable, but damned if it wouldn't be satisfying.
Oh god, yeah.
Well, Prince, at least one of us can let the other die. You know, not that I'm bitter about any particular thing.
No, it's okay. She's doing the right thing.
It's
Yeah,
totally
exactly.
not Prince's fault.
Yeah, she's not the problem.
Coming fast.
Like, shit like this, like,
Yeah.
come on. Also, like, I will give this section credit, like, the infinitely spawning, like, trails of goop is, like, pretty good. But again, like, there are certain things that's just, like, it's the turd in the punch bowl that kind of takes away from it.
It's a moderately original-ish application of existing game entities to produce a reasonably original gameplay experience, so, you know, pretty textbook DLC stuff.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 from IGN.
Wait, hang on. Epilogue got a 9 out of 10?
Oh god, no. Like, I'm gonna have to, like, probably go back and look, but I'm pretty fucking sure it didn't score 9.
I was gonna say, there's no fucking way.
Yeah. Besides, all this stuff on the walls qualifies as water, right? So IGN would never like it.
Keep doing it.
I still can't believe that actually happened, by the way. So, like, look, let's just look at this. Entirely too much liquid in this room. It completely fucks the gameplay experience and makes us do all this weird platforming to get past what should be a very straightforward navigation experience. It just complicates everything unnecessarily.
I still can't believe that the signposting for the platforming is so bad in this game, they had to give you a button that literally says, "Hey dipshit, go this way."
It makes more sense in like an open-ish world where you've got a bunch of areas to navigate through and you could technically go the wrong way. It does not at all make sense in a completely linear area like this, where the navigation is the puzzle. Unless, like, they could have trolled you by just having the Elika navigation button just be like, hang on.
Yeah, he deserved that.
Fair. Anyway, yeah, they could have trolled you by making the Elika navigation button just be like, yeah, the door's over here, dipshit. And then you got to figure out how to get to it, but no.
Yeah, see, like, that would be another good way to show, like, mechanically, like, it won't show you the exact route, but it would be like, yo, we need to go over here. Oh, what, you mean you can't just walk straight through the corruption? I guess you'll figure something out then, won't you?
And, again, like, there's that giant puzzle section that I was talking about, like, in the last video. Like, if you push the Elika nav GPS, like, it literally just goes, like, in a straight line across the chasm to where you're supposed to be, and I'm like, well, that doesn't fucking help.
Some sort of temple. Somewhere we can activate the plate?
Also, hello, what's this?
Or there's another way out of here.
There is nowhere to go. Even if we escape here, there is nowhere to run to.
I can think of 100 places.
Time to deal with it.
Hammam will follow us to all of them.
Yeah, Prince.
His power is great.
You fucked up.
He's getting closer.
Close isn't good enough. This isn't going to end like this.
Ah!
Ah, the old percussive maintenance trick.
Yeah, it worked.
There is always another way out.
So yeah, here is our 5th magic plate, exclusive to the DLC. You'll see it working in a second here, hopefully.
Quickly,
There we go.
the power holds.
So this is the Energize magic plate power. And as you can clearly see here, it actually does something interesting compared to the other 4 magic plates, where
Does it?
it spawns in, like, areas, like, it fills in certain gaps that you can then run across and climb over and stuff, like...
But that's like literally the exact same as just like a timer switch like there has been in literally every other Prince of Persia game before this one.
There.
Just fucking shut up for this game, it's goddamn creative.
I mean, yeah, remember...
You said the 3 magic words.
The other powers in this game are teleport to place, other teleport to place, fly to place, and walk on walls to place. So, make a platform for you that you have to actually, like, do platforming with is good. That's a step up.
Yeah, like, I unironically, like, kinda want the Energized power to be in the base game, because, like, you could have done so much interesting, quote-unquote, interesting stuff with it.
And yet it still like causes you to do a big jump off of it, like it's just another red plate anyway, so what? Dang.
Nice.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just like I think they really fucked up by having like the 4 big unlockable magic powers be tied to plates on the wall. Like, I guess I can kind of see the logic in how they ended up being painted into that particular corner, just game design wise, but it's still ultimately kind of a fuck up on their part that they did that. They should have just designed it better. Like, fuck, the Forgotten Sands has more interesting just things that you can do
Where will that take us?
than this thing, and that's literally just like Prince of Persia, the game of the movie of the game of the other game.
Escape it.
A hammam. A bathhouse.
Also, remember, Forgotten Sands was the one that finally staked the franchise, so, you know.
Whatever we try, let's try it fast. If that plate lighting up wasn't a sign, then nothing is. We have to keep going. You can't give up. Not now. It seems something's finally on our side.
I don't
Let's
think
reach the next
she's
crank.
the one giving up here,
Crank worked
Prince.
last time. Let's see what it does this time.
Yeah, no, he's still just grasping at whatever straws he can get his fingers around.
To a hammam? Your people did bathe, didn't they? Ah.
Yeah.
What's the matter? Embarrassing birthmark?
Prince?
So, where is this birthmark?
Prince?
Oh God. No, Nolan, no.
Take you to a city.
Prince?
This is not the time or the road you should be going down.
Better hope the city is still there.
Also, you better hope that I don't literally murder you.
He can. He is. Nothing can stop him.
So,
Yeah, she
how do you think the
again, like,
escape is going so
I
far?
can't stress this enough. She is literally the only thing that is keeping him alive, and he is taking her for granted so much.
Remember?
I told you to leave.
Well, you should have said it louder. I hope this place has an exit.
Good Christ, that just completely sapped any kind of hope and humour that I had. Boy.
Also, yeah, like, I love how, like, when you run through, like, the Nolan North button dialogue options for Epilogue, like, you can tell that you reached the end of, like, this particular section's available dialogue when he just starts repeating shit like, I'm not the problem. It's like he's trying to convince himself and failing at it.
Well, yeah. He's not a bad person. Why would it, like, I mean, he helped save the world. Bad people wouldn't save the world.
He could have gone home at any time.
Clearly, the morally correct thing for the player to have done here would have just been to turn the game off and walk away. You know, like that other game that involved the player fucking everything up and had a lot of sand in it. Ah well, what do I know? Yeah, I don't like the idea that Forgotten Sands like fucked up the franchise. Like,
Well,
Ubisoft fucked up the franchise by letting it die in favor of just having even more Assassin's Creed.
like, you know, yeah, to be perfectly, like, honest and pedantic, like, also,
Whoops.
yeah, like, also, I tried to go for the ring here, but, like,
No.
wow, no, like, yeah, I think at that point I just decided, like, no, the ring is not gonna save me, fuck it, let's just go into the goop.
Anyway, you were saying.
But yeah, like, to be perfectly fair, like, it was 2008 that really was the death blow to the franchise, like, Forgotten Sands and, like, the movie and, like, you know, everything that came about as a result of that was just sort of, like, the dying gasps that Ubisoft was going through, just letting the franchise slowly drift away until they could finally just bury it and forget about it.
And it's all just such a goddamn shame. They were onto so many actual good things.
We will stop you. She will stop
They had a characteristic game. It had interesting and unique mechanics. It had options for plenty of brand recognition.
running out of ideas.
It had so
And-
much actual merit.
Enjoy your freedom.
Yeah, and to be fair, like, you know, for as much as we shit on, like, you know, what the Prince has done at the end of the game, and, like, from, you know, just a characterization standpoint, from, like, a narrative and a story standpoint, yeah, that is actually a pretty interesting place to, like, you know, start a sequel from. And, like, okay, like, sure, yeah, this man has completely, for a very selfish reason, fucked over the entire planet. Now, how can he fix it? And they just never bothered.
When you think about it, that's pretty much how Sands of Time played out as well. I mean, he went and did a big stupid thing to impress his dad. He wanted to go and murder some people in combat and acquire the big magic hourglass and be the man and save the day. And yeah, the only reason he even got out of that was because he literally undid history. So, you know, maybe this isn't all as out of nowhere as we'd like to think it is. But, you know, like, this game wasn't that bad. It didn't need to be the death of anything. Like, they did a thing, they had an interesting design, they made some fuck-ups. Like, who the fuck cares? Just do another one and do better. You've made like 15 fucking Assassin's Creed titles. We both know that failure doesn't stop Ubisoft.
I mean, hell, look at fucking Watch Dogs.
Seriously.
Like,
They turned that shit the fuck around.
Like, the first one was just trash on basically every level, and then, like, I mean, I haven't played it, but apparently the second one was really good.
It was. The second one was it was so close to actually being like actually really phenomenally good, and it kind of dropped the ball a bit and just ended up being like really nifty, which for Watch_Dogs I'll fucking take.
I was gonna say, for an Ubisoft game, that's pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah, it had a nifty open world that was full of character and was generally just fun to just drive around and see. It didn't hinge on climbing fucking towers to unlock the map. The characters were all interesting and likable, even though some of them were kind of weird and run-note. Also, haha, commentary. The Prince drops a sick burn on 2008 Ubisoft.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, we could have had another game in this style. Like, fuck it, we can go like full Zelda mythology on this. We can say that there is no singular Prince of Persia, it's just the title that gets assigned to like random dudes from Persia who just like fuck everything up and act all roguish and go on adventures.
For the light!
Why not? Instead, we just got this, and they decided that this was the note they were going to end it on.
Don't you see? If he's trying to stop us, he's scared of something. He's scared of you.
I can't stop him.
That's not what Ahriman thinks.
I haven't the power to stop him. Only Ormaz can do that.
I'm not the problem.
Did you ever think for a second that it's not that he's afraid of you, it's just that, you know, he really just kind of wants to kill you? Because...